Right. Welcome back. Thank you very much for tuning into KUTV Rise today. We are still Biashara Tuesday and we are still ahead on business. This is the place that you need to be if you want to get all the relevant rewarding information. Underline rewarding because we are all about reward this year, trying to make more money than we did last year. So if you miss out on this train, I don't know what you're going to do with yourself, but give me your feedback on the kind of financial strategies or / plan that you have for 2022, and that is the big question of the day that I've asked you, and I'm trying to see what you guys have been saying on social media. Facebook. That's our big question is also on Facebook, where we are as well streaming live KUTV Kenya. So you miss out on any of the conversations that are also happening on the comment section. Remember the question of the day that is on your screen as of the moment. What is your financial plan / strategy for the year 2021? Mtoto wa Mariam anasema hivi: the aim is to save enough to enable us play more Guaragwara in this year's open games. What's that? What's that? Biki Sera Njenga, asante sana for tuning in. Anasema good morning, locked in with a fresh mind, ready for those tips to chase the bag. Yeah, you're on time. 7:55 na tutaendelea to chase this bag all the way to 10 a.m. So don't miss out on any of it. Following from Runda in the neighborhood of Mtoto wa Mariam is Sir Kenneth Omondi. Runda, for those who don't know, is Runda. So it's just Runda, yeah? So tutafuta Mtoto wa Mariam na Sir Kenneth Omondi waambie where Runda is at. Their financial plan, or the financial plan for Sir Kenneth Omondi, is to get to the Forbes top 30 under 30. So that's his financial plan, him and Mtoto wa Mariam. What are you going to do to get to the Forbes top 30 under 30? That's what I want to know. That's the question, not your destination. The strategy to the destination, that's what I want to know, right? And then Jos Wambogu anasema amsha Grace Chalo. Asante sana, tell us where you're watching from. Na Grace Chalo, amka, right? Umeambiwa na Jos Wambogu uamke watch show, so make sure that you do that, and tweet me up when you do, right? Or comment on Facebook. That's that. I'll be looking at all the other social media platforms because more feedback is coming in. But right about now, let's get into a conversation on startups, because we're starting the year, right? There's no other way to start it up than to discuss startups with people who are doing matters of business that is starting up. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, tune in to all the way to the end as I have this discussion with Wambogu. Karibu to the show. Let's get you on the mic.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're also with your mate here. Karibu sana. Before we get into your introduction even, you guys participated in the Red Bull Basement Challenge of 2021. Why did you participate in 2020? Let's begin with you because you're the one I've introduced first.
In 2020, we actually held up with schoolwork, and with COVID, we had not yet heard of Red Bull. So we decided, we had not heard of Red Bull by 2020, so we decided to actually just wait for 2021. 2021 was actually our year.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was timely, and you guys won.
Yeah.
Would you agree that, Elias?
Yeah. We came to know Red Bull Basement during the final moments. So it's when we knew about the competition. It was actually advertised in our class group or something, and then we decided to maybe just try. We actually did everything during the deadline. On the days of everything is when we uploaded our videos. The day of pitching is when we did everything. So yeah, it's been a really
kind of last minute guys.
Yeah, we are last minute guys for the whole thing.
Yeah. Whoever comes last comes best.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. So at this moment, I want to understand, your startup is a health tech startup, if I got that correct, or does something to do with that. So we'll get into that conversation. But you won, right? You won the 2021 Red Bull Basement Challenge. How does that make you feel?
It actually makes us feel so proud, considering the fact that we were about to give up just a day to the event, and winning it is something that we never even imagined. So it's a really big achievement for us.
Has winning helped how you guys have thought about the business? You being winners now, do you have more networks, access to capital, other startup founders that you guys are relating with? What's different since you won and before you won?
Definitely, it's brought a lot of positive things towards us because we're here now. We've never thought of being on TV in any place.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We've done a lot of things. Red Bull Basement has proven to give us so much opportunities because we've been on radio. We're now here. You're getting funding, and there's so many opportunities awaiting for us to do everything that is in line with what we want to achieve by the end of this year.
So the aim of Red Bull's Basement Challenge is to, if I understand it correctly, is to get university students to provide solutions that are giving back to the community or giving back to the campuses, right?
Yeah.
So that's what yours is about. So let's get to know what is it that you came up with that is going to help the society that you came from.
We actually came up with a mobile application that helps connect people in distress to the nearest emergency services, which in turn connects them to the nearest hospital.
All right. So how does that happen? If I am distressed, so the first steps, how's the journey like for someone now who wants to use the service?
So let's say basically you're in the middle of nowhere with no one to help you, and you have the app Siren. Siren is an app that will use geolocation services, and it will get your exact location of where you are. And through smart technologies and artificial intelligence, we'll be able to track your location, the nearest location, and the nearest ambulance that's nearest to you, which regardless of whichever company it's from, it's going to come to you and take you to the nearest hospital, get the best medical services that are available at the nearest facility. So maybe the prime aim is to get people to get first aid first, and then get to a hospital maybe that offers the services they need. Because maybe I can take you to KU hospital per se, and then maybe they don't have. This, for example, I know they have a cancer center, but maybe they don't have a cancer center. But every hospital primarily can give first aid, so they can give first aid first to lessen the stress, and then
now plan the next steps.
Yeah, now plan the next steps. Yeah.
Right. So how do you guys get to collaborate with these institutions and emergency response services? How do you get them?
We're actually planning on holding meetings with some of them, but as for now, we're actually working with one hospital, which is in Gatundu, for the trial, so that you can see if it can really work.
Right.
Yeah.
How has the journey been, having a discussion with these people? Because I understand pitching to investors is one thing, and pitching to potential users of the platform is also quite a difficult process, unless you guys have found hacks.
It's actually a difficult process because you need to convince these people why they need to use your app.
Right.
And why they need to give us the ambulances. So it's been pretty hard convincing, but we did manage, and we're so proud to actually have that opportunity to experiment with those guys.
Right. Now, you also managed to convince the Red Bull Basement judges, or whoever was deciding the winners for that year, and you won. So what are the next steps? What are we expecting now that you won the Red Bull Country Challenge? Elias.
First of all, I think we need to. The best thing we can say is we need to start a company. That's the first step. So we're going to start a company. We're going to patent the idea, and the aim is to win. Nothing comes easy, but the aim is to win. So we aim to make this thing a reality to everyone, because everyone has a right to medical services, and not most people actually don't know that they actually need these services to be. Yeah.
You were telling me earlier that currently most people do not have an idea on how to even get an ambulance.
Yeah.
Most people I know included. Not me though. Stay safe. So, what is the name of the startup? That's what we didn't say.
The name Siren.
Siren.
Yeah.
Interesting name. Siren. What is the siren that you mentioned that is using the geolocation?
Yeah.
So that's like a silent siren?
Yeah, it's like a silent
What happens
siren.
on the other side of the people who have now these emergency response services? How do they get to know someone is in need?
So the app will have AI. So we'll only have two perspective users of the system. The client who asks for the emergency, and now the app the ambulance driver maybe that's nearest to you. So they'll get a notification. The app will decide which driver is nearest to you and assign the driver to you. So the driver will get a notification that you have to go to this guy and take this guy to hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about payment?
We actually have. And we thought of it as maybe like there's a premium a subscription service whereby people with maybe a premium subscription can access better services, such as maybe the hospital of their choice, because the aim of the app was takes you to the nearest hospital, but with the premium service you can actually go to a hospital of your choice.
Yeah. Right. So how much is the premium? Yeah, I feel like we're not mentioning actual numbers.
We actually haven't come up with numbers yet.
Okay.
But once the app is developed and is in full control now, that's when we can start setting up our prices.
Right. So Elias, you guys are now going to represent Kenya in the global competition. When is that happening, and where is it?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. We hope to do this maybe in March. That's the tentative date that's been set in place. So we're hoping that we're going to go in March to Turkey to do the global competitions, or if everything goes well.
Everything goes well, yeah. With the current situation of COVID, you might never know what kind of travel restrictions. But hopefully, we really need to see you guys there so that you show the world what kind of solutions that we have here. What are your plans now after you've gone to the global competitions? Whether you win or not, I'm hoping that you guys are still serious with the business. Ama itafika hapo mseme, okay, no one needs emergency response services anymore. What is the plan after that?
Actually, the plan was, once we go to the competition, we need to search for investors, get in touch with investors, and maybe they can start maybe funding our project so that we could get serious with everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys have come into a space of which the ecosystem is very difficult, right? Raising funding, that's going to be quite a challenge. And I don't know any other challenges that you guys have faced in the country. So in the time that you guys have done the startup so far, what kind of bottlenecks have you guys have to go through to ensure you still have a startup?
One of the challenges that we've faced is everybody has this idea, this version of what they want.
True.
So it's very hard to integrate everybody's version of the app into something. So we need to just sit down, agree on one thing, and that's where everything becomes difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of encouragement, it takes a lot of it really does take a lot of time, but all in all, we all agree to one thing, and that's what we are working towards.
How big is your team, Elias?
Our team is composed of 6 members. I being the founder, and I have a team of five guys. That's Josphat here, Josphat Wambogu. There's Brian Murishi.
Where is Brian? Brian, where are you at? Brian was supposed to be here on set with us. What happened to Brian?
He got caught up, I think, with something. So there's Brian Murithi, who's my partner as well. There's Grace Charlo. There's I'm forgetting. There's Timothy Kimani and Denison Mutinda.
Right.
Yeah. So we're a team of 6.
How is the composition helping the startup?
Well, everybody is gifted in their own way. So they're developers, they're designers, and basically project managers and everything. So we are a very big team, but we're really composed of people who help each other do stuff, do the stuff that's needed to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm understanding in a startup, there's never really defined roles at the beginning. Everyone is just trying to do everything to cover up, right? Yeah. So how is the experience working in a startup? I'm understanding you're still in school, because this is a university-based challenge. You're still in school.
I'm actually finished last year.
All right.
So right now we've got all the time to be working on our app.
Yeah. And now, without funding, of course, that is going to be quite a challenge, right? What will keep you going? Because this year we're also trying to ensure that as you do your financial strategies or your plans for the into the future, you're also surviving, right? So while that is happening, while you do the startup, as you wait for the funding, how is that process looking like? How are you keeping the startup alive? or the spirit of the startup alive?
Nothing ever comes easy, like I said, but we'll try our best. The only thing we can do right now is get the best solution out there and make it a centralized system that we can propose to other investors. So that's the primary aim. So I guess if we get the best solution and centralize this system, because the ambulance and emergency system is usually not centralized, everybody has privatized there's St. John's, there's everything. So if we put a best solution out there that can bring them out and give us the funding that we require, I think this will be a very good opportunity to mainly Kenya and maybe even the global sector as well. Yeah.
So Josphat, Mr. Wambogu himself, he's mentioned Red Cross. There's also St. John's. There's other people independently who are doing their own emergency response services. Last year, I had someone here on site who has an app where it's a different thing, but you press whenever you're in a crisis, and that calls for security services or other emergency services that are related with your security. How are you making sure that in such a situation you will put your startup, you put siren ahead? Yeah, the first thing before someone thinks of Red Cross, before Red Cross comes from wherever they come through, people would maybe prefer or have already been used to bigger organizations like Red Cross, like St. John's, as you mentioned, people who have facilitations, giants. And of course, every startup comes into a space where they've already been other organizations in operation. How are you going to put siren ahead of all these other ones?
One way you can put siren ahead of each and every one of these is by actually partnering up with these companies like Red Cross and making sure that we offer those services via third parties like Red Cross. That way, all our users can use siren in the hopes that they will get Red Cross or maybe St. John's ambulance to come.
Oh, so that's still gonna be part of the plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. That's a well thought. That's well thought out. What would you say is now that you interact with other startups, I'm understanding, during the Red Bull Basement Challenge, what would you say is the thing that startups need to make it, right? You've been there for a few months and you've interacted with others as well. We have so many issues that we can discuss, right? There's funding, as we said. There's also trying to create awareness, which is what we are doing right now on television to ensure that people know about Siren, know about these startups. What other things do you feel should be done to ensure that startups are thriving in our ecosystem? Because that's a really big goal we have this year.
For me, I guess from the beginning of this thing, it's something I never thought I'd be in ever in my life. So for startups, I think the first and most important thing is dedication. Yeah, so you need a lot of dedication. It never comes just like that. That you'll just start something and prosper from everything. Like you just begin and then wow, you have money, you have everything. You have to have dedication. You have to have humility. You have to be very humble, by the way, because these things usually humble you because you reach blocks everywhere. You're going to get bigger challenges every day. It's like when you fix your car, you get a problem today, you fix this one, another one pops up. So you have to be really persistent with everything, and never worry. The last, a clutch of a stroke can save a man. So just do anything and everything possible to make it possible, and never sleep on your dreams.
Right.
Yeah, it takes one to sleep so you can dream, but never sleep on your dream. Yeah.
Definitely. Is it Wambogu or Wambogu? I've been saying it consistently, and I'm seeing here on the Facebook comment section, Nana ni Wambogu, right?
Yeah, it's Wambogu.
Definitely. Wambogu. Just Wambogu. Will you agree with his sentiments as well? Dedication and doing it regardless.
Yeah, I'll also agree with his sentiments, but I'd also like to add is the need to actually solve a problem. That's one thing that comes up in a startup. If you can actually find a problem to solve, then that can be a really good place to start for a startup.
Right. You first find a problem to solve, not Don't provide a solution and then look for the problem. Because that's what other people do, right? You think about a solution and then you go hunt for the problem instead of looking for the problem first. I wish you guys all the best as you go out for the global competitions in March, as you said. How many countries are you expecting to participate?
43 countries, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's a big competition, yeah.
Right. Last year, the guys who won the Red Bull Basement Challenge for 2020, I think got community award, right?
Yeah, they were top 10 as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that this time...
we're bringing it home.
Yeah, it's top 2 and not number 2.
It's top 10, not number 2, yeah.
Right. That is Siren. So where can people get your services, get to check out your social media handles, or website if that is available for us? This is your camera, Josphat, and that's yours, Elias. So let's begin with you.
We have an Instagram page, siren_Kenya, if I'm not wrong. I can check it out and clarify.
I'm checking it as you say.
Okay. I think it's siren_Kenya. And I think did we start at Twitter? I'm not really sure, but I don't think we've started at Twitter yet. But we also have IG handles if anyone needs to contact us. Mine is at _Kariuki, k.Kariuki, _K.Kariuki, yeah.
Right.
But the siren_Kenya page is always on, and you can contact us at that page if need be. We'll start a Twitter page really soon, hopefully today.
Yeah, please make sure that you do that today and you follow us at KUTV Kenya so that we can retweet some of that great content that we are waiting to make sure that we're giving out awareness on how you can get emergency response services for yourself through Siren. These two guys who have, or 4 of them, or 6 now, who've done this startup that is very focused in ensuring that is happening. They won the 2021 Red Bull Basement Challenge, as I said earlier on, and now heading to the global competition that is happening in Turkey in March of this year. Hopefully, they bring us the number one, number one slot. As last year we sent out the guys who won the 2020, and they got us the community award. Yeah, so this year we do it even better, right? We win. This is the year of winning. I have a big question today for the guys who are watching the show, and now I'm going to ask you guys as we try and wrap up the conversation. Wambogu, you have not given out your social media handles.
Oh,
I am told.
I'm actually on Twitter. It's at Wambogu.
Right, Wambogu. Nimeshinda nikisema Ombogo. Also because a lot of people refer to me as Ombogo, so there's that little confusion there. But what is your big financial strategy this year, or financial plan that you have this year, in tandem with our question of the day?
I'll go with savings.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually intend to save.
You've not been saving?
I've not been saving, but I'm actually trying to save right now.
Okay. Yeah. Great. What's your plan, Elias?
It feels like I'm going to be copying him, but it's also saving. I think we're both spendthrifts at some point, so...
Yeah, not good for a startup.
Yeah, not good for a startup. So, it's trying to save and maybe investing as well.
All right.
Investments, yeah.
Saving and investing, because already you're investing in Siren, which we are hoping that will be in full operation Kenya and globally as well. Remember, that conversation on financial strategies and plans is something that will continue with our money coach, Elizabeth Waithaka, money coach and personal finance trainer. She'll be here with me to continue that conversation. But this has been Josphat Wambogu, I got that right, and Elias Kariuki. That's correct as well, from Siren, who won the Red Bull Basement Challenge for 2021. We wish you guys all the best, and thank you very much for coming through to the show.
Thank you.
Last words. Na mwambie mgote the other teammates wenye wako huko nje. Last word. Start.
First of all, I'd like to say good morning to my teammates, Grace Chalo, Denison Mutinda, Timothy Kimani, and Brian Mureithi. And I'd like to encourage all of you today and tell you, have a wonderful day.
Superb. And your last one?
I think have a wonderful day as well, and keep on working and keep on giving your best for every day.
Right, and there's a Red Bull Basement Challenge this year as well, so we'll make sure that we're giving you the correct information on when that is going to happen, so that you prepare yourself early, ukuwe na hizo ideas mapema, uzichonge vizuri, so that when that time comes, you are winning and going out there to provide us with solutions. The show is so heavy, I'm almost falling off my feet. But let me take a short break so that I can regain my balance and then come back with more business. This is still Biashara Tuesday on Twitter. I'm at Richard_Okenye. Keep it here.